Greetings, ghouls and goblins. It's me, B3. I said ghouls and goblins because it's October when I'm recording this, but it probably won't be up for a while because I'm slacking and I'm whacking. G? Anyways, today we are reviewing Thor, Love, and Thunder, aka Thor 4, aka Thor, Love, and Blunder, because they fumbled it. Yeah, so this is the fourth Thor film, typically the fourth film in a series isn't the best, and that is true of this one. The Thor movies are the Thor movies, I suppose. In this one, Thor leaves the Guardians of the Galaxy to go fight the God Butcher. Yes, the God Butcher. Played by Christian Bale, and I liked Christian Bale's performance for the most part, so that's something good, because this film is bad. Like, it was a bad film. But I feel like I maybe liked it a little more than a lot of people did. I mean, it had like a consistent theme throughout about love, and the CG was fine, but a lot of the characters seem to have just digressed into just joke machines. It's like, Marvel is known for the little humorous bits in their films, but this one, it's just like it's just jokes. In a lot of Marvel movies, dare I say all of them, they often will tell a joke right after a real serious moment or an impactful moment, and then just kind of completely kill the impact. The films are kind of infamous for that. But there's barely anything that feels impactful in this film because it's just all jokes all the time. Gore the God Butcher, I think, is a really cool villain. I'm glad he got to be on the big screen. I think that is deserved. In Marvel Comics, Gore was depicted as being correct. Like, getting rid of gods was the right thing to do. In fact, it was so much the right thing to do that when Thor was told it was the right thing to do, he doubted the gods and became unworthy of Mjolnir, which is pretty whack. Speaking of Mjolnir, it is reformed in this film and gone into the hands of one Dr. Jane Foster. And I loved Jane Foster Thor in the comics. When she stopped being Thor, I was like, aw, but they made her a Valkyrie. Thought that was pretty rad. That made me happy. Really happy, actually, because right before that, weren't all the Valkyries, I think, killed in War of the Realms or something? I think they're all killed in War of the Realms. Hard to keep up with these big comic universes sometimes. But still, very ace, very kosher, very YOLO. I really liked Jane Foster Thor in the comics. The Mighty Thor, as they called her. And this film is kind of a one and done on that. Spoilers from this point onwards. One cool thing, though, Mjolnir has a new ability where it can break apart into all its broken parts, and they can fly around individually like shrapnel and just destroy things and then form back into the hammer. That is super cool, and I loved it. Very cool power. I dug that. And that's good because the Mighty Thor in the comics also showed to have powers that it didn't have when Thor Odin's son had it. So that's good. And I went into this film really hoping, Thor would, die and Jane would take his place. And it's pretty evident that someone will die in this film. It's not subtle. They talk about Valhalla constantly. Jane dies. And is it just me? Or have our lady characters been dropping like flies the past few years in the MCU? It's not just me, right? Right? Black Widow's dead. Scarlet Witch is dead. Jane Foster's dead. It just seems like the lady characters are falling off the face of the earth a bit. I mean, they're introducing a bunch of new ones, but, the female characters that they want to retire, they kill, and most of the male characters they want to retire, they don't seem to kill. So, what up with that? What up with that? I don't know. Seems a little odd, right? Seems a little odd to me. Whatever, I'll move past it. But they do kill Jane, much to my chagrin. And she does go to Valhalla in the post-credits scene. But see, at the beginning of the film, Thor finds Lady Sif dying on the battlefield, and he's like, "Hey, girl, if I let you die right now, you're not going to go to Valhalla. You'll die from injuries from battle, but it's not in the battle. You have to die in the battle itself to go to Valhalla." And she's like, "Oh shit, you're right. Get me to a doctor. I don't want to die anymore." But then Jane Foster gets mortally wounded in battle, more due to just her cancer and being exhausted than an actual wound from the battle. And then she dies after the battle's already done, but she gets to go to Valhalla. So either Thor was wrong, or the screenwriters fucked up. I'm going to go with Thor was wrong, given the benefit of the doubt, but, I mean, it is a screenwriter fuck-up for sure. There is some good shit in this, though. It introduced Hercules, which, that was like the second thing I wanted. The main thing I wanted was for Thor to get knocked off and for Mighty Thor to take over. But honestly, I'm not going to lie. Retire one, move on with another. But it's not like there's any consequences or real status quo changes in the MCU ever, you know what I mean? Barely ever. But we did get Hercules. Hercules is coming, and I am ready for Hercules. Yeah, baby! I love Marvel's Hercules. I think he's great, and I really can't wait to see that boy. The boy is back, and that shit's whack, Jack. I'm ready for Marvel's Hercules. There was a lot of speculation going into this movie from a lot of people hoping for Hercules, and we got him. That makes me a happy little boy toy. Very happy about that. I think Thor getting a daughter empowered by Eternity, who was very different in this film than he is in the comics, but that's fine. And he and his daughter together are called Love and Thunder, or adoptive daughter, because he adopts Gorr's daughter, because Gorr chooses to bring his daughter back instead of killing all of the gods. Which was nice. The only reason that wasn't his first instinct, I think, is just because the sword corrupted him. Null's sword, I believe. Yeah, I don't think we'll be seeing Null in the MCU, but I also said we wouldn't see Werewolf by Night in the MCU, but, you know, here we are. I've already reviewed Werewolf by Night at this point, I believe. Check that out as well. I've got a lot of MCU stuff to review, actually, quite factually. But Thor Love and Thunder wasn't great. But it was better than I thought it would be. I mean, that opening scene with Gorr, when he gets the Necrosword and stuff, that was pretty good. Even if I felt like his god was pretty uncanny valley. Something about him was odd, because I guess they had to make him really big, and it didn't... something was weird about that. But I mean, just... Thor has kind of just regressed into a clown. And he's kind of regressed into a clown a good bit in Thor Ragnarok. But in this one, it's like even worse. They took it to the next level. Gay Korg is cool. I think his whole species is just dudes. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But, you know, Korg gets a boyfriend. That's cool. They do a fake out death for Korg and then immediately reveal he's still alive. But, you know, Jane doesn't get to be Thor for more than an hour or so. Whatever. I'm salty about it, okay? I wanted Mighty Thor so bad. I really liked the all-new, all-different initiative for Marvel. I'm sorry, but I did. I liked Sam Wilson Cap. I'm glad we have that. I mean, there's still more. We're going to get Ironheart, right? Happy about that, too. I liked all-new, all-different. Sue me. Okay, sue me. I'm sorry. I liked all-new, all-different. But yeah, I suppose that's mostly it for Thor Love and Thunder. I mean, it had a good soundtrack. Michael Giacchino worked on this. he also directed and did the score for Werewolf by Night. And he's done a lot of good work. I think he did the score for like the J.J. Abrams Star Trek stuff. He's done a lot of good stuff out there in the film world. And, you know, it still had that kind of cool, those cool rock songs for Thor. Like they play Welcome to the Jungle when he's fighting these speeders. And that was cool. Welcome to the Jungle while he was doing that was cool. But like Thor doesn't do that much in this film to kind of like disprove Gore's point of view. Like Thor saves these people but destroys the one thing that their society really values in the process, and he didn't have to. Like the people who had taken it over were clearly outmatched by Thor alone, not even counting the Guardians of the Galaxy that were with him. But he still destroyed their precious temple, and when he didn't even have to, and they were clearly resentful. The film had goats. I'm a huge goat fan. I used to have a pet pygmy goat. He was the best. He was the boy. I miss him. So I like goats. Valkyrie. I like Valkyrie. They kind of turned this Asgard settlement into a bit more of a joke. I think it being a tourist attraction makes sense. But like, holy shit. Within Asgard, they open like this infinity-themed Froyo place? Yeah. And it's like the Infinity Gauntlet holding like a Froyo cone or an ice cream cone or something. Holy shit, how offensive is that, right? I mean, motherfucker killed half the population in the known universe. And yeah, they came back, but like, still, there had to be heavy trauma. And what about people that were like in planes or flying in spaceships that got snapped? I mean, when they came back, they would have all died, right? So it's not like there weren't deaths from that. Thanos' crusade to achieve that killed millions, I'm assuming. I mean, holy shit. That's really offensive. Why would you make that place? Insane to me. Russell Crowe, I didn't like Russell Crowe Zeus, but I think that was mostly the direction, because when Russell Crowe Zeus got serious in the, you know, mid-credit scene with Hercules, that was a good performance. So I think Takiti just wanted the whole film as a joke. And it's like, death and stuff already doesn't have any meaning in the MCU. You know, everyone comes back or it's a fake out, blah, blah, blah. Give me some real death, and not to characters who just got their damn powers. And they sent her to Valhalla, which is nice and stuff. I don't think Natalie Portman really wanted to keep doing these films anyways. But come on, dude. I wanted Mighty Thor so bad. Whatever. That's it for my review of Thor, Love and Chungus. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out other cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. I might watch another movie. I still got a bunch to catch up on. I got to watch Eternals. I got to watch all these dumb shows. I got to finish the second half of Moon Knight. I didn't like the first half of Moon Knight, but I mean, I got to watch it, right, at some point. Because I like Moon Knight in the comics, like, a lot. Fuck. I don't want to finish Moon Knight, but I'm probably going to have to. So that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, check out the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.